So all the way down to 9:30 tonight, we will be talking about matters of faith and issues within the church. And today we've got an interesting one. We are talking animals and spirituality. So this one is something that we've always seen in and around us. A lot of people talking about it. A lot of people fascinated about this one. And today we've decided to tackle it and bring in our esteemed guests to help us to go through this one. So a lot of the conversations will be happening live on air. You can phone in. You can also send through your WhatsApp messages, your WhatsApp voice notes as well. And you can also be able to send us through your views and your comments there. So we are exploring a question that has fascinated cultures for generations. Are animals spiritual symbols with deeper meanings capable of influencing our daily lives, or are these beliefs simply superstitions passed down through tradition? And then how are we able to know more about that? So we're going to be examining that today in the lenses of faith, in the lenses of culture, and lenses of scripture, and we're going to be getting down to the truth of the beliefs and the myths that are associated with such a subject. So welcome along.
This is Faith on Trial on Star FM, exploring matters of faith and issues within the church.
Quiz question of the day. Quiz question of the day.
So as usual on Faith on Trial, we like to give you the quiz question of the day. Now this is something that will be able to boggle your mind, and we have a lot of instances of animals doing multiple things in the Bible, and today we have got a specific one that we want to ask you. So in the Bible it records about an animal speaking to a person in the Bible. Animals spoke to a person in the Bible. You can send us, if you know that story, you can send that answer to our WhatsApp platform. There is a story surrounding an animal that spoke to a man in the Bible. What was the animal? What was the circumstances surrounding that? We'll be revealing the answer later on in the program. I'm also joined in the studio by Shorty, who's been working pretty hard in and around us and behind the scenes, making sure that the program runs along smoothly. So you can talk to her on 0772162651. Send her a message and you can answer her quiz question, which is: the Bible records an animal speaking to a person. What was the animal and what was the circumstances surrounding that? So do send through that on our WhatsApp platform. That's our
Quiz question of the day.
Quiz question of the day indeed.
This is Faith on Trial on Star FM, exploring matters of faith and issues within the church.
So I'm not too sure how plugged in or how locked in you are with the trends that are on social media. And one of the things that I was going through earlier today was just trying to have a look at what's going on in terms of social media, what's been doing the rounds, what are people talking about, what are people fascinated about. And I bumped into something that really grabbed my attention. I don't know if you've heard about this one before. Does the name Pastor Christ Penelope ring a bell? Does it ring a bell? Does it ring a bell? Does it ring a bell? In case it doesn't, then let me have you in the know in terms of who this person is. So he's from South Africa, and he has been trending due to some of the ways that he used to heal people. He's got some strange ways that he has taken. His method to heal people has raised a stink. So this is what he does. He's now known as the farting pastor. So this is what happens. The farting pastor in South Africa refers to Pastor Christ Penelope of the Sevenfold Holy Spirit Ministries located in the Limpopo province. He gained international notoriety for his unorthodox healing method, which involved sitting on the heads of his congregants and passing gas in their faces. So he sits on you and he farts on you, and that is how he's able to heal you. So that's Pastor Christ Penelope, who has taken things to a whole new other level in terms of healing you. So the claims are that Penelope claimed this bizarre ritual released God's divine power, healing both spiritual and physical problems. So he releases the spiritual power of God via sitting on your head and farting in your face. And that is how you then have to grab the healing there. So the method he instructed followers to kneel or lie down for easier reach. He needs you to kneel or lie down on the floor so he could sit directly on their heads and release flatulence near their nostrils. So it has to be near the nostrils because you have to take it in, you have to breathe it in properly. So the demand is that he asserted the act helped congregants achieve financial success and physical healing, with some followers waiting months for their opportunity to have him sit on their heads and fart in their faces. So they would wait for months because there's a really long queue. As it doesn't come easy. You have to wait. So there's been backlash, obviously, on social media. A lot of people are saying this is too bizarre, this is too weird. Why is he doing this and things like that? So there's been a lot of backlash. The spectacle sparked widespread outrage, with medical professionals also coming in saying, "Nah, you can't do that." The public and religious bodies heavily criticizing the practice. That has not stopped the congregants queue up to kneel or lie down and have Christ Penelope sit on their heads and fart in their faces. Very, very bizarre, but that's what's been happening on social media. I want to hear you say, would you queue up to have Christ Penelope release the power of God via farting in your face so that you can achieve financial gain? Finally, the breakthrough can come after he has sat on your head and releases the flatulence close to your nostrils, so that you can get the healing that you deserve. So would you do that? 0772162651. Would you do that? Because I know a lot of people say, hey, E.T., things can be weird and bizarre, but the end justifies the means. Will the end for you justify the fat? So you can send through your... No, I need a phone call. I don't need you to send through your messages. I need a phone call. And don't just go voice it when I say, so that I can receive the fat. I don't know. We call it the fat? I don't know. Let me see.
Faith on Trial on Star FM. WhatsApp us on 0772162651. Call in on 0772162651 or 0714414413.
Let's see if I've got someone on the line. Good evening. You're through to Faith on Trial.
Hello, how are you, brother?
Will you receive the divine fat?
Hello,
Murundi Zweri.
You
want to hook up? Mala. You want hook up today? So yeah, Eve. That's Sunday.
Okay, bro.
Baba Traga hook up. All right. Now I'm plug Rema hookups, Baba. So those who want to receive
Faith on Trial on Star FM. WhatsApp us on 0772162651. Call in on 0772162651 or 0714414413.
Let's see if I've got someone on the line. Good evening. You're through to Faith on Trial.
Hey, what can I say?
Ziri say, Baba.
Yes, Baba.
Yakaoma ere Baba. Muda ugarirwa kumeswera.
Yes, ndinozi gweshe ndikufona ndikuchwe. Akumana kana kwakuchika standard yeyo. I don't know. It does. He does.
Bazuludzana auto queue up line out line waiting list racho rogoita 2 months. Close to your nostrils, bro.
I don't know. You know,
Eh, chi.
Unozati vari makuna wakadzva pfungwa pfungwa watori magraduate vakatenda muchikoro zvekutodaro zvekutonika unoziva inini hangu handinoda kuchikoro that much but common sense dzangu ndinadzo
waramba
kuberekwa naamai vangu nababa vangu tinadzo dzekutofunga kuti zvaasiite icho chinoita izvi ndo zvinonzi zvisingaite manje amene ngavaiti but hakuna zvinhu zvakadaro mwana mudhara
pakaipa baba pakaipa thanks
pakaipa mwana mudhara
sharp. Yeah, all the way from Chiweshe there. But I'll leave you with this because this is where my mind went. You know, on average, a human being, how many farts a day can you actually have, you know, to cater for the long queue of congregants? I don't know. Maybe he's taking some Indian curry. I don't know what's going on there. But yeah, people are eager. Let me take one more. People are eager. They want to come in. They are eager. Let me take one more. Good evening. You're through to Star FM.
Evening, G. How are you?
How are you doing? How are you doing?
I'm good. That's an interesting discussion right there. I've got a question, though.
Yeah.
So what if he's been called to give me a double blessing? What happens?
You might have to do number 2.
This is Faith on Trial on Star FM, exploring matters of faith and issues within the church.
So unfortunately, we have to segue to the roundtable discussion, and we have to dive into our topic of the day. A lot of people getting excited there about Christ Penelope, the pastor in South Africa. But today we are talking the spirituality of animals, and we are delighted to welcome once again in the studio. We do have once again Trust Mashingaidze, Chaplain Trust Mashingaidze, the theologian of our time, who's in the studio with us. He makes a welcome return. And also we have Mbuya Muchandireva in the studio with us. That's Ellen, who is here once again, and she's delighted to be talking about this. I know that a couple of times on her platform she talks a lot about animals and things of that nature. So good evening and welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Chaplain is also an author, and he's gifted me a book that has an animal on it. It has an elephant. An elephant. He picked the right one. There's an elephant here, and you are also there's a lot of things that you do in terms of animals, in terms of theme parks and things of that nature. Tell us a bit about that.
Oh, thanks, Ichi. Welcome to our listeners. Yes, I've been in the conservation sector for over 25 years. Yes, as an HR executive, then now as chaplain general, head of counseling and chaplains. So that's working with animals basically, and also the animals are kept by people. So in that score, the mandate is just to protect our wildlife in the pristine land and in our parks. That's about the job. But today I come in as a theologian in my own right, yes, and using the title Chaplain General.
So it's fascinating that the book that you gave me has got an elephant in it. So if anyone listens to me in the morning, they know that I'm affectionately known by my co-presenters as Matemai Mukahuru Jones. And tell us about the elephant that is here and why you went for the elephant on this book that you gave me that says Rangers Daily.
Yes, it was just picking one of the big five, the elephants that is well known and by its stature. So this is the animal which is kept by the people that we call rangers. And the book itself, it's a Rangers Daily Exhortation, which is a year-long devotional designed to inspire and encourage rangers in their essential role of protecting wildlife, both flora and fauna. But as for your question, why the elephant? Is just picking up on one of the big five. Yes.
Most important one I can see. Yeah, good. So let's talk about our topic of the day, and I think I'll start with Ellen on this one in terms of just the spirituality of animals. And when you hear that, what do you think about it? Does it hold water, and how significant is that in terms of spirituality, animals?
Animals are very critical, especially tikada kufunga on a traditional level. Vanhu vakauya kumashure kwedu vanga vasinga believe in African traditional religion. They believed kuti simba rakawanda riri tori pamberi pedu, riri mumasango, riri mumhuka, riri mumvura, all of those areas. So, and that's why you'll see kuti even pachivanhu vanhu pavanoita whether kupira, there's always an animal involved, of course depending kuti chi chiri kuitika. So yes, animals are very, very critical, and it's not kuti it's superstitious kana kuti kumaendesa kumberi, but zvitori a part of us, including our totem system chaiyo pachivanhu. It's mostly animals, of course nema body parts. I think an element for anadziwa.
My body parts or
I wonder actually. That's an important question, because ana gumbo, you never hear kuti gumbo re munhu kana kuti anditi kana moyo zvingori general.
Oh, all right. Yeah. That's actually interesting. Maybe you might want to add something as well there, Chaplain.
Let me begin by putting on a disclaimer. And also, I want to acknowledge our constitution in Zimbabwe, especially section 60, which talks about the freedom of conscience and religion. Freedom, whether alone in a community with others, and whether in public or in private, to manifest and propagate one's religion or belief through worship, teaching, and any other practice. So, when it comes now to the freedom of worship, yes, we do have animals, involving animals that are superstitious, such as the elephant or whatever animal that we may talk about. Or now, the issue then comes to say, if one then violates certain principles in terms of living, this may go in another way, in wrongdoing or manipulating violence or exploiting, for example, forcing people to harmful rituals or using fear to control others. That also becomes a problem. I just was putting a disclaimer to say these things are there, but when they are used negatively, our constitution is a guard to that. Then coming on to the comment, yes, there are issues of spiritualism that exist in Zim, but not to a greater magnitude as compared to West Africa and other areas. So in some spiritual cults in Zim, they only believe specific animals or birds have the ability to help spiritual healers to be able to predict or foretell the future. So under such, we would then want to get into the real things of the program and delve into that. But these issues happen. Thanks.
So I think both parties in the studio firmly believe that these things happen. And I know that we had a trending story that did the rounds about the monkey which was dressed in yellow, which was accused of doing all sorts of things, and you know, it was in Mudiriro and Harare, where then they then caught it and said, look, it is a human being who is in that monkey who's been causing a lot of chaos. And so let's just relive that, something that was trending a week or so ago.
This is Faith on Trial on Star FM, exploring matters of faith and issues within the church. Faith on Trial on Star FM. WhatsApp us on 0772162651. Call in on 0772162651 or 0714414413.
Wakaura urutora mari dzana sipateleni dzese uri kutora mutaundi wakaura wapera chambasina basa
This is Faith on Trial on Star FM, exploring matters of faith and issues within the church. Faith on Trial on Star FM. WhatsApp us on 0772162651. Call in on 0772162651 or 0714414413. This is Faith on Trial on Star FM, exploring matters of faith and issues within the church.
Yeah, so we were watching that. It's actually a video that we were watching. And I think in terms of the audio, what you were listening to are the comments or that the people were making about the monkey, and some people saying wakaura to the monkey, wazobatwa. You are the one who's stealing money from the money changers in town, stealing money from everyone. And this is the end of you addressing the monkey that was there. And I know we sent you this during the week, Ellen, and you had a look at it. Your thoughts on that?
I think it's such a short clip. Muna ukansona sonzisoti.
What's going on?
Monkey yatora chi chazo. What's the proof yekuti monkey yazita? To me, it just sounds like vano, especially nganga dzinge dziri dze fake. Dzekuti dzinenge chida uzoti tabata mbava, but varungoshandisa muka probably yavanenge vanenge vava trainer. So zvinoyera aumbozvione that way. zvichirekodwa like that.
Yeah, so you think it feels a little staged? It feels a little too convenient for it to all play out like that.
Extremely. Plus kamanke akakastombovhunduka kana kutiza kakatojaira vanhu in a way.
And it's also dressed in yellow clothing.
Ipete yemwe munhu. That's what it looks like.
Avasise kuru Mbuya of any sort. Tori a pet. Yeah, it looks a little too convenient, and it also looks like the person who's holding it is not willing to give it up.
Exactly, it's their pet.
Like but there's a lot of things that are going on. So Chaplain, you are also here, and this is an animal. I know you're a person of interest when it comes to animals. Should people be going about with monkeys and dressing them up and doing all sorts of things?
Okay, I think that one is just a violation of the safety of the wildlife. If in any case they do have any issues, they should send them to the relevant authorities to deal with. But coming on to the issue on the video, yes, I agree with Ellen that it could be someone is trained the pet for future gains and so forth. That can happen. But on another case, when we are talking about the spiritualities of animals, it depends on the worldview that people will be looking through, the lens that you are using. Yes, many people spiritualize animals, meaning that animals are seen as more than just biological creatures. So in this case, we can note that when the animals are spiritualized like that, for example, monkeys are known for their trait to steal, right? And now they can be used in such situations, just on the other side. So it only takes a spiritualist to reveal such things, as she said. But nevertheless, in this case, we'll go on as we explore line by line. Thanks, Iti.
So I think also at this point, let's get into Faith on Trial on the Streets. And Shorty was in the streets talking to people about this issue, which is all about what people feel about the spirituality of animals.
Nanza tikuni mazizi usually anowanika manheru awaniki masikati ukazoona wasangana nezizi masikati zvinenge zvichireva izvo zvinoera zvinhu zvinoita kuti unzi kazhinji kacho vanhu vanoti hanzi unoita munyama wasangana nezizi masikati but vamwewo vanongotaura kuti angori masuperstitions kune dzimwe nzvimbo vanototi vanotomaona masikati but hakuna zvinoitika.
I had an encounter with a dove. We all believe kuti a dove inonzi nderunyararo peace inoita zvinhu ikasvika it's a symbol symbolize kuti everything will be well. So I had an encounter. I saw the dove ndakatongogara ndega ndakatongorelaxa ndida kushaya kuplana kuti zvinhu zvikumbofamba sei ende ndichazvifambisa sei ende I was cracking my head kuti ndapesa fees ndida kutenga graduation regalia ndakuita sei. And to me at that very moment zvakabva zvangu everything zvakabva zvangu easy and ndatongoziva everything will be well. And definitely vanhu vakazongoita pop in uda zvambiswa sei uda kuti tiite sei and I graduated and zvikafamba zvakanaka and in a way kuti I didn't expect that. And even mubhaibheri torimo masituations akadaro ekuti shiri dzaiuya dzishandira vanhu in a way kuti vaisiya zvinhu zvaisara zvane a better shape.
Vanhu vanotya because tichingokura takangokura zvishongonzi zvinhu
zvinoshandiswa nevaroyi. Saka tingori nebelief iyoyo yokuti tikangozviona takutongofunga kuti zviri connected like to zvinhu zvine varoyi mukati.
So we have been hearing a lot of stories about animals being used spiritually, and from your culture or experience, do you believe that's real, or do you think it's more of a superstition?
Yeah, I believe that I think Nakadzi unoshandiswa by spirits. Like if you've ever heard about Nagaru and Zeshi, what unoshandiswa spirit unopinda. Tishandiswe kuuraya chimwe chinhu kana kuti tishandiswe usually for revenge. That's what I heard. I'm not sure to see it, but I think zvinokuitika kuti mukadzi unoshandiswa nevaroyi, especially people who are involved with ritualistic stuff.
So do you believe in superstitions? Like vanhu vakawanda vane zvavanoti we believe in, like kumuka uku vanoti pane dzimwe mhuka dzekuti maybe ukaiona panogona kuitika something. It may be a bad omen tinogona kuitika.
No. I really don't believe in those superstitions. But I have one encounter of an animal called Gava in Shona. When you see it, especially in rural areas, when you see it, it means a bad omen. You might receive news of funeral or something else. But others like kids, snakes, I have no idea about that one.
This is Faith on Trial on Star FM, exploring matters of faith and issues within the church. Faith on Trial on Star FM. WhatsApp us on 0772162651. Call in on 0772162651 or 0714414413.
Thank you for choosing us tonight here in the company of ET, and we do have Chaplain Trust Mashingaidze, who's in the studio with us, the theologian of our time. So we are talking the spirituality of animals, and also we have Ellen Mbuya Muchandireva, who's also in the studio with us today. And let's start with you, Ellen, on this one. Quite a lot of animals singled out there, and a lot of people seem to have beliefs, some good, some bad. Anything standing out, anything holding water for you there?
Yes, what's actually standing out is vanhu vakawanda vanongoziva the negative side when it comes kune zvemuka, because vanhu vakawanda vatopa ma-opinion avapa were much more, apart from the peace guy, but vakawanda wanga vachingotaura kuti varoyi and all of that, and izvozvo zviri unfortunate because at the core muka pachivanhu chedu dzinonzi dzinofana kukosheswa. For instance, munhu unotoziva kuti kana wakasangana neshumba, even kune mamwe maparks unotoziva kuti except of course anenge ari more wild, unonzi kana tikaona shumba zvinotaura kuti pane someone anenge atori a special message anenge achiwana from the ancestors, or there's something chiringori standing out about you, or even izvozvo zvemazizi. Of course, kazhinji zvinotozikanwa in a negative way, but that's not always the case. And I feel kuti vanhu vanotonyanya spreada zvekuti okay muroyi anochishandisa zvakadai on a generalized level, ndo vanhu vekuti vanotopedzera vakukanganisa mhuka idzodzo vakudziuraya. But at the core tinonzi we're supposed to respect these animals, despite kuti iwewo unobhilivha kuti yakaipa sei, believe what you believe, but usingazounze any sort of harm kune mhuka iyo.
So a lot of people talking about the owls, talking about quite a few things there, Chaplain. Anything standing out from what the people were saying in the streets?
Well, yes, like I said, it depends on their world view. But just checking earlier on, you talked about, the elephant as we were talking at that time. Yes, there's an element of totemization which comes to place. Most Shona, Ndebele, Tonga, and other clans, have animal totems, for example, lion, elephant, baboon, so and so forth. So that animal represents your clan's identity, ancestral connection, moral and behavior guidance, social cohesion and order, and so forth. But like I said, the violation then comes when one is abusing that animal to use it for spiritualities that can fold. Like we have talked about the owl. It's actually an animal that is good, dzinga makonzo pamba. Saka, on a positive side, kushata.
The owl.
The owl. Arina kushata because ma ecosystems edu rinotoshanda zvakanaka richibvisa makonzo pa area anenga iripo. Then on the other side, on the spiritual side, zizi then become bad kana rakushandiswa zvisizvo. Ndo zvichataurwa zveuroyi. So all animals tichitaura chokwadi chaicho ndechekuti the animals were they are just different from human beings. Human beings, we are spiritual beings, but animals they use their instinct, right? So when you are dealing with that, I think I'll enter into that at a later stage when I'll be talking from the Christian theology point of view. But now we are still talking about the spirituality, maybe looking at the ATR issues as they are related. But true, animals are being misused in certain quarters. Hence, this discourse.
So that's the voice of Alford Trust Mashingaidze, the Chaplain General Zim Parks, who has also pointed out that there's also the idea of safeguarding the safety of animals as well in terms of in these urban areas, as we were talking about the video that was doing the rounds on social media. But here's another viewpoint that we also have here, where I was just going through some on social media, what people have been thinking and the general thoughts around that. So here's at a Macho Boy.
Animals are not just food. They are guardians, guides, and in many cases, your ancient family. The eagle teaches vision, the serpent teaches transformation, the lion teaches courage. Each animal carries a frequency, a medicine meant to guide you. Some of these beings aren't just guides, they are your ancestors. Many traditions believe souls can incarnate as animals to walk beside you again. The bird that follows you, that stray cat that stays near your door, it may be your grandmother, your old tribe, or a guardian souls. Animals also protect. They sense energy before you do. They bark, growl, or even take on illness to keep you safe. This is why warriors and shamans always had animal spirits beside them. But when you consume them, you consume more than flesh. You take in their fear, their pain, their trauma. That energy becomes yours, and sometimes you eat a being that was sent to protect you. So ask yourself, why do they tell you pigs, cows, and chickens are food, but cats, dolphins, and horses are sacred? It's not logic, it's programming. Because if you saw the soul in your food, you'd see the soul in everything. And if you saw the soul in everything, you couldn't be controlled anymore. They are beside you, guiding, protecting, and loving you. Treat them as sacred.
issues within the church. Faith on Trial on Star FM. WhatsApp us on 0772162651. Call in on 0772162651 or 0714414413. This is Faith on Trial on Star FM, exploring matters of faith and issues within the church.
So that's at Muchandireva, who's speaking very passionately about animals and the research that is done and looking at some of the indigenous places and religions and things like that. And he comes out with some very interesting nuggets there. And it's good that we have got Muchandireva in the studio with us. So Ellen, this is pretty much in your lane there. Anything outlandish or anything standing out there?
I think it pretty much still fits into what I was saying in the beginning. Kuti vanhu vakauya kumashure kwedu vanga vasinga believe in ATR, vaibelieve in muka, vaibelieve in the environment around them, vaibelieve kuti mwari haasi kudenga ari around us. Even zvekunzi sango rinopawaneta isango riri kupa. And something chiri also what this person said about kuti muka dzinenge dziri ma guardian, I believe in that so much because even for vadzimu vedu akawanda tinotobelieve kuti they manifest themselves through animals. Even some of my deeper dreams evanhu vanonzi vari spiritually gifted pachivanhu anyways. Vanhu vava vanotorota madreams are connected to the big five or the bigger animals, or even madreams wealth and abundance. Usually you'll see kuti zvinokonectwa nemombe okana a field yakazara mombe, or even mvura iri kunasoflow. It's all of these elements. Like I very much agree nezvashtaurwa that guy about animals.
So do you think that more respect maybe should be given? How differently should one begin to treat animals, and should one be conscious of their surroundings and the animals in and around them?
Yes, and I feel kuti the biggest problem ingori kuti vanhu vari so disconnected, from our natural elements and how we function. Because ukazvifunga vanhu kudhara vaikwanisa kuvhima muka, and munaitonasoziva kuti muka idzi dzinofamba, so they had the instincts for all of that, which izvozvo currently vanhu vamazuvano they don't have, along with the knowledge yekuti muka idzi dzinorevei. For instance, kana munhu uchitoenda parwendo ruombe unotoziva kuti kana ukaona wakana tsoko muroad zvikutoratidza kuti jeni yako road yako yakavhurika, zvakanaka, so I really feel kuti it's knowledge iri missing more than anything else. And even kunzi respect kwachona, when you can't really respect zvinhu zvausinganzwisise, you can only look at it nelens yezvinhu zvauri kudziva kuti hazvina basa. I feel kuti muka dziri more than just kunzi conserving, they are deeper than that. They are maybe also as spiritual as we are.
Yeah, so that's the voice of Ellen. She's in the studio with us. She makes a welcome return to Faith on Trial. And also with us in the studio, we have got Alfred Trust Mashingaidze, Chaplain General Zim Parks, who's in the studio with us as well today. And the theologian of our time, you have got a lot of biblical references to talk to us about concerning this matter. Does the Bible provide for such interaction with animals?
Yes, thank you very much, E.T. From the Christian theology point of view, and from the Holy Bible world's view, in Genesis 1, from verse 20 to 25, God created animals as living beings, but humans alone are made in the image of God. I hope you get that. Humans are made in the image of God, but animals are not. So animals are valued but distinct from humans spiritually. So, scripture does not teach that animals have spirits that live, or like humans, or that ancestors speak through them. That we see scripture reference from Ecclesiastes 3:21. That denotes then the difference between human spirit and animal spirit. Another reference is Colossians 1 verse 6, for by him were all things created that are in heaven, that are on earth, visible and invisible, whether they be thrones or dominions or principalities or powers, all things were created for him. And he is before all things, and by him all things consist. So, it's only God who created all these things. But when he created them, he gave dominion to men. So dominion was given to men, that is stewardship. So care for creation is given to men according to Romans. And Romans 1 warns against worshipping created things instead of the creator. So it's good for us to get to the basics of the creator himself, why he so gave us that dominion. So you can then not idolize animals when the creator himself is there. That will be the worst sin, which I would call idolatry. You're now worshiping another creature which was created by God, yet God himself is there.
So maybe let's talk about some of the instances where animals are used in the Bible to communicate something. So you've got the famous one that's in the book of Numbers, where you had the donkey that spoke, and the donkey was the only one in that particular scene that could see the angel and could see spiritual things that the man could not. And also the donkey could communicate to the man. Does God still speak like that? And what do you make of that story?
In essence, God can use anything because he is the creator. So in that circumstances that you're talking about, Balaam, a prophet, the circumstances were that Balaam was riding the donkey when the donkey stopped and then acted strangely. The donkey sees something Balaam doesn't see. An angel of the Lord stood in the road with a sword drawn. Balaam had been striking the donkey, and then the Lord allowed the donkey to speak, warning Balaam. So the story is in Numbers, as you have alluded to. So in the case of God, uses anything, even on earth, even on for signs and even for wonders. He can do that. So, like when we were discussing at first, animals in a tiara, we were saying animals, they can come in for the sake of your safety at times. So they come in, then there's an interpretation that is given through the behavior of the messages that is being sent. That can happen. Then the issue of rituals we've talked about, some traditional practices use animal parts, like you were saying, to appreciate that. But when it comes to the issue of worshipping that I was talking about, you will find that across Africa, people are now beginning to spiritualize and put animals at central to spiritual belief systems. That I'm not disputing. All I'm saying is that the source should be correct. The source of worshipping should be correct. But God, at any point, like we were alluding to the issue of Numbers, Balaam, a donkey speaking to Balaam, that happens. but still today it can still happen. But it depends on the circumstances, because God is the Almighty, is the omniscient, is the all knowledge. He knows everything. He's the omnipresent, and he can literally use anything to communicate. Where we may differ maybe is the symbolic power in religion, where then people use an animal, as a symbol of power, to use certain powers that are sourced from a different kingdom. Then they use the representation of animals. But God is a jealous God who says we should worship him. And we talked about the symbolic power, you see. For example, we can talk about the dove, which represents the Holy Spirit. The lamp, which represents the Christ. Then the serpent, it's also an animal, but it represents wisdom, temptation, and at the same time, the same animal represents deception as well. Then we can talk about the eagle in Isaiah 40, verse 31, right? The eagle represents issues of renewal. But if I can quickly go back to you on my scripture references in Deuteronomy 18, verse 10 to 12, it says, "There shall not be found among you anyone that maketh his son or daughter to pass through fire, or that uses divination, or an observer of times, or an enchanter, or a witch, or a charmer, a consulter with familiar spirits, or a wizard, or a necromancer. For all that do these things are an abomination before the Lord. And because of these abominations, the Lord thy God doth drive you away." And in the same way, you would find that okay, you can come in, E.T.
Yeah, let's go to the to let me just pick up a phone, and then you just hold that thought. Good evening, you're through to Star FM. Bo ziri sei muri kuiona sei kweanasi
sana mukauro ndokuinzwa zangu
zvise ko mukauro
kuna vakuru ava vari kutaura vamashingaidza.
Alright, taurai now.
Ndikukumbira kuti one vambochita seya kwisina zvimwe neshona, asi ndemubvunzo one wanoda kuvabvunza kuti nematsarango avari kuita aya zviri kureva here kuti vakuru vedu vekudhara vakanga vasinganamati?
Alright,
vakanga vasinganamati here?
Alright, matipe mukauru mati vape vamashingaidze. Alright, let me take another call, and then we can come let me take 3 calls, and then we can address those 3 issues. So you can phone in. This is Faith on Trial.
Faith on Trial on Star FM. WhatsApp us on 0772162651. Call in on 0772162651 or 0714414413.
Good evening. You're through to Star FM. Hello, you're through to Star FM. Yebo.
Ndakuzwa muchitaura nyaya yeshiri.
Yechi?
Yeshiri yakamboda yakadai. Ndida kutaurawo incident yakaitika kwandiri. Ndinobvumisira kutaura.
Alright, taura chichakaitika baba.
Right. Inini ndiri munhu anoita basa remaoko. Through recommendation ndakapiwa basa rokuenda kunopira mumwe murungu muchena chaicho anobva kuScotland. Handiti ka? Muri kundinzwa baba?
Tiri tese baba, tiri tese.
Alright. Ndasvika payadhi pake murungu paibva ndakugadzira motikari yake. Handiti ka? Pane dhoo pake murungu iye. Panga pane makondo eblack and white ane kola yewhite aya. Anga akamhara pamusoro. Panext door. Kwete pandaita basa. Panext door. Pamane makondo iwo anga akawanda zvidhara. Akawanda zvisingaiti. Saka ndakabvunza medium. Ndakati medium, makondo aya chichiri kuitika, asi uyu mwangu anochengeta makondo. Ekanzaiwa Mr. Gweshe, uya haachengete makondo. But pane funeral next door peda. Kati pane funeral, saka makondo ari kurezi. Hatizive, but isusu kuScotland kushakweni kwatinobva. Tinobhiliva kuti kana pamba pakaita funeral pakanga pane makondo akawanda zvakadai. Zvinoreva kuti munhu anenge afa ipapo anenge ashaya ipapo. He was a witch kana kuti he was a witch. Murungu ari kundidaro.
Murungu ari kutaurawo zvikuitika izvi. Murungu ari kundidaro. Ndikuda hangu kukomenda kuti panyaya dzeshiri nemhuka idzi kuti zveshuwa zvine kaconnection kangu kanoitika. Murungu aitoti uyu medhemu akafa panext door pedapo. She was a witch. Murungu ari kudaro mumwe murungu yake kuti kuScotland ndo zvavanobhiliva kuti kana munhu akafa pakauya makondo eblack and white aya magungu aya zvinotoreva kuti asanga akawanda zvokuti wakatoma notice what they believe kusha kwavo. All right. Ane mapanzwisa mudaro. Ndapabata baba. Ndizvo chete zvandinoda kungocontributawo zvangu kuti zviririko izvi. All right, sharp. Thanks. 0772162651. So maybe if you've got some personal encounters and personal experiences that you also want to share, like our friend here who's just phoned in that he was on the job, he's fixing the cars and there's a funeral next door and all these things are happening, you can also phone in and let's hear it from a personal point of view. Let me see if I've got someone on the line. Good evening, you're through to Star FM. Good evening, you're through to Star FM. I think I've lost that one. 0772162651, 0714414413. You can phone in and you can also contribute to this. Let me hear some personal stories about the encounters that you've had, and let's hear from that. Good evening, you're through to Star FM.
Hello, Maswera.
Maswera.
Ini kumba kwedu kutongoti kumaraini teve tine ma-issues yema-wild case idzo. Tikaita hasi ma-wild case but ikadzi dzemumba but tisina ma-owners. Then pakazongouya someone akati no hatisi kisi dzega dzinoda kunamatirwa. And akangonamatawo ari pamba pedu and dzakabva dzaperawo kadzi dziya. So tanzikuziva kuti kana tichiti hapana ma-spirituals ari associated nekadzi idzodzo, kuti iye anenge aine chaakauya nacho chakaita kuti kadzi idzodzo tisazonge dzakutambira pamba pedu kana kuti anenge akaita sei, because iye akangouya akanamata pamba pedu kidzi idzodzo hadzinozobatika futi.
Okay. No, thank you for that. Let me see if I can also get someone else to come through. 0772162651, 0714414413. We're talking animal spirituality today. Do we make too much of it, or is there some truth in this? You can phone in and have your say.
Faith on Trial on Star FM. WhatsApp on 0772162651. Call in on 0772162651 or 0714414413.
To tell you, but well, my thinking is
This is Faith on Trial on Star FM, exploring matters of faith and issues within the church.
But well, my thinking is these are very different doctrines of worship. African traditional religion Christianity amfema kazvisanganisa. Saka problem iripo ndeyekuti when you try to compare the two now, you end up debating, you end up judging each other or saying this guy or this person is attacking me or what. These are very different ways of worship. African traditional religion pachezvayo at the end of the story inonamata kuna musika vanhu. The difference I would like to think is Christianity is centralized on Christ and then Mwari vokupedzera. So moment you put them together and try to compare them, you end up having problems. My take.
This is Faith on Trial on Star FM, exploring matters of faith and issues within the church.
Let me see if I've got someone on the line. Good evening. You're through to Faith on Trial.
Yes, good evening, sir. How are you?
Say. So we've been taking calls and people have been sharing some of the personal experiences that they've had. Do you have one?
Yes, my own contribution is I really want firstly to thank you for this program. It's really encouraging and teaching us a lot of things. Ndoda kuenda ku site kwa chaplain